Hi there. The idea I want to share with you today is a concept I heard a number of years ago, a long time ago actually, around the circle of influence. And this graphic is the easiest way to show it. This inner circle here is your circle of influence. This outer circle is your circle of concern. You can see that is much bigger than your circle of influence. Now, what was interesting to me about this when I first heard it was while your concerns may be legitimate, what this is trying to show graphically is that you have no influence on those concerns. So right now, COVID-19, there are a huge number of deaths in Italy. The curve is going up in Spain. Those are genuine concerns, but I can have zero influence over those. Even the death toll in New York, at the epicenter of the coronavirus epidemic or pandemic, is a real concern. But other than, not trying to grab resources that are needed in New York, there's really nothing I can do here to influence it. But here in California, I can stay in shelter in place, which is part of the requirement right now. I can reach out to neighbors and see if they need any support, either with homemade masks or, walking their pets or, us doing shopping for them or whatever. Those are within my circle of influence. These other things are not. And here's the point. Any energy, resource, time spent outside the circle of influence is really wasted energy. Okay? That is the whole point of this. And a company that we were working with, the parent company looked like they might be up, might be on the block, might be in play. And a lot of the sales folks were like worrying about that. All of those things were their sphere of concern, but they had no influence in worrying about that and either talking or gossiping or whatever among themselves about what's next and what might happen. Really, again, was just wasted energy all in this space. If instead you focus your energy here, what you'll find is your circle of influence gets bigger because that's what you're feeding, and your sphere of concern or your circle of concern gets smaller. Okay? Which is a good thing. You're not wasting energy. You're actually conserving, or I should say more appropriately, spending your energy. So that is today's lesson. Okay, focus on what you can influence, and that will get you much better results in much shorter time. Now, one other thought that I'll share with you before we break up today, and that is when we look at this same model, you could say that this is your true self, and out here is the image you're wanting to project. Okay? And it's the exact same dynamics. Any energy, resource, time, material you spend in this space is really wasted. Okay? And the more time you spend being and showing up as your true self, your authentic self, the bigger that gets and the smaller this gets. Okay, so it'll just keep moving in until you're finally showing up as your authentic self, as your genuine self. And why am I sharing that today? Because in sales, I think that your authentic self is what everybody wants to hear from. And, one of the bad reps about salespeople is they're chameleons or, they're phony or whatever. And a lot of times people are trying to be cool or they are trying to be smarter. The sales reps get in trouble because they're afraid to say, I don't know, but let me get back to you. I'll find out. Often that comes because they haven't really prepared. Whatever the reason, what people want is authentic communication and authentic connection. There's a book you may want to pick up on this topic called Getting Naked, which is a very provocative, sort of seductive title, but it's all about this, which is being open, being vulnerable, and how you're received in your sales calls. So hope you enjoyed that. I hope you can put it to use. It's a challenge for each of us. Take care. Talk soon.